Welcome to New Realities. I'm Alan Steinfeld. I've just been talking to Sergio Mاگانیا about the ancient Nahual Toltec knowledge and how we're here to work with these great tradition that is a legacy for all of humanity. So when did it change into this next sun? When was that shift?
It's a little bit different than the Mayan count.
Yeah, tell me.
For us, the eclipses are like the
doorways.
The doorways. Because if you see, the moon is like the Nahual, the sun is like the tonal, and when they're aligned, it's like the solar system is having a lucid dream. So you can change the reality. So for us, the change is not like one day is the fifth sun and the sixth sun is the next one. It's like in nature, that it can be the night. It's at 29 periods of transition. So
are we still in this transition?
Yeah, for us it started. The fifth sun began entering. The sixth sun began entering in the kingdom of the fifth, in a full eclipse of sun eclipse that happened in Mexico in July of 1991. Then they get to the same power in 2012.
They did. So 2012 was an important time.
Yeah,
December 21st.
They went to the same power, and now slowly the fifth sun is going out to allow the sixth sun to rule by himself, and this transition will finish in other eclipse that will happen in 2021.
So the real beginning then of this new time. It's happening now, but
it's now, because also the sixth sun now has more power than the fifth for us.
And the sixth sun is more of a time of spirituality.
Not exactly spirituality. For us, everything is based in tonal Nahual, like I told you. So, and the suns alternate themselves. So there is one sun of light. Light means tonal. And one son of darkness. That means the Nahual. So the fifth son was a son of light, a son of the tonal. And in the tonal, how is the perception? Everything is outside. So God is outside. The sons of light are very good to create religions. Medicine is outside. Satisfaction is outside. All these things. And the Nahual sons are sons of darkness. When you close the eyes, so you must go to the inside. So that's why a lot of the medicine formulas are falling down, the religions, the economics, because everything goes to the inside again.
So it's an internal experience. So what will the culture look like then in the sixth sun?
God goes again, but it will be a long period of transition, because I'm talking about thousands of years.
What will happen, you think?
If you see, we are very lucky because we have seen the change alive, and we can compare. If you remember how life was 20 years ago, 30 years ago, people get really satisfaction in the religious answers that were outside, in having just a family, success. And now people that have all these things is not anymore satisfied. They need to conquest themselves, the inside, the economic formulas, the medicine is not so effective anymore. And everyone is looking for something different.
So this is really an amazing time, because we are in the time of the fifth sun into the sixth sun. We're seeing the light.
And we can compare.
And the suns last for, you say, 6,000 years?
6,600 something.
So the people then in the future won't understand
how is a son of light, because they wouldn't have lived it.
But there is an evolution of a history to this. So there's a lineage. So maybe there will be some
keepers.
But it will be a completely different world, won't it?
I think so. All these things about 2012 that the world was finishing were based in the Nahuatl prophecy and Mayan prophecy that said the fifth sun will finish with earthquakes. There will be a lot of suffering and everyone will die.
But it didn't happen.
No, because it happened. But you should know how to speak Nahuatl, because a lot of Westerners went there, got that information, and then they translated to a modern way of seeing. For us, death is change. So, for example, it is said in the tradition that we have 6 deaths when we are alive. for example, conception is a death because you stop being dead to become alive again. Birth is other death because you stop being in the womb to go out. So puberty is other death because you stop being a child to become a young man. Puberty.
Yes,
sorry. Or so all those things are death. So what it was meant is that this sun was going to finish with earthquakes. Earthquakes is also physically, and also that all the structures of the other sun are shaking.
I see.
And if you see in the center of that you say of the Aztec calendar, there are like the 4 squares that are the suns, and there are like eagle claws in the middle.
Yes.
That means that between one sun and the other, the destruction of the old order happens to give space to the new order.
Right.
So that is what is happening. That's why everything is like kind of shaking and changing.
So what is the date of this next eclipse in 2021?
It's I don't remember now.
It's a major eclipse. And so we're moving towards that because it's all happening.
But it's now happening. Now the 6th sun is more important than the 5th.
I see. So let's talk about dreaming and the practices and maybe even show some or talk about actually how to do a dreaming practice. Like you just gave a course in New York and hopefully you'll be back to give more.
Yeah.
So what's the basic, the whole idea of a dreaming practice is to become lucid in the dream, to be.
No.
That's not the practice. That's not the idea.
Okay, yeah.
No, tell me.
No, yeah. Okay, it's not only become lucid, because there are a lot of, like I told you, I was in this conference about, in London, it was really nice in the Royal Geographical Society that they chose like that people that were representing different dreaming traditions in the world, from psychiatrists to yoga of the dreams and all those things. Almost everyone said that you should become lucid, feel and allow the dream happen. For us, it's not like that.
For the Nahuals.
Yeah, in Nahualism, you try to control the dream. For example, we have like these codexes that if you go down in the dream, if you are falling down, jumping in the water, whatever, going down in the stairs, you are going down to the underworlds. So when you are lucid there and you see that you are going down, you stop that because you know that the going to the underworlds would be the go to the worst part of your unconscious, so that you will create that in your awake. So we stop that and we say no, not down, up, or whatever. We are controlling the dream.
You're controlling the dream.
Yeah,
by doing some of those practices.
But and for example, we do something that is named planting dreams. Planting dreams are certain like breathing techniques, like the one that I show you with the chakmol that we do before going to sleep, and we plant 4 dreams in how we would like to appear in the dream. So when you are falling asleep, you are repeating like, I'm a warrior of the dreams, I will be conscious while dreaming, and I will find the dreams that I planted. So instead of just entering in like in an unconscious dream, when you fall asleep, you are trying to find the dreams that you planted.
So you imagine a dream you want to have. I want to have a dream of flying. Or more specific,
but it's
tell me how you plant a dream.
For example, we have like in a basic level, we use animals like nahuales. Like I said, if you want healing, you get the serpent. If you want love or to heal a depression or something like that, you use the hummingbird. If you want money, you use the crocodile. If you want like a psychological or underworld's pattern of your ancestors healing, you use the jaguar, that he goes to the underworlds. If you want something to die, not someone, but if, for example, if you have a tumor and you want that tumor to die, you use the black butterfly. So you are planting like with different archetypes.
How many different types are there?
There are many, but animals are. There's like if you want a prophetic dream, you can use also the hummingbird and the deer.
Is there a book of all these archetypes?
I took it from the oral tradition. I'm doing one.
Are you doing a book now on these?
Of dreaming.
Of dreaming these archetypes.
I haven't read nothing like this written.
So you're the first to write this down. And so it's not just dreaming about the archetypes, it's being the archetype in the dream.
Being the archetype is you. When your Nawal represents the archetype, so it creates the tonal. We have had many testimonies of people that, for example, is sick in the night, and they found the dreaming of their healing, and they wake up completely healed.
Wow. So what's happened to you?
For me, I have never been sick like physically, but for example, I have done a lot of things. We have a place that is Chikawa Mictlacayan, that it means the place of the strength in the dream, where you go and you repair your Nawal, and 4 jaguars come and lick you, and then they repair completely your Nawal. For example, that is for recovering strength and all those things, and then also, if you recover the strength, you recover a lot of, you have like certain periods of rejuvenation. So in that time I had like some gray hair, and after having that dream, they colored again.
Really? Yeah. What's that dream again?
You want to color your hair?
No, but you dream, but tell it to me again,
because for us, there are many different rooms of dreaming. Like in the map of the world of dreams. The common dreams happen in what we call the Mictlan, the place of the death. So when you dream about your past, people that you knew, certain things that you do that psychology would call projections, you are in the Mictlan, in the world of the death. Because for us, our past is death. So you are there. And almost all the people is always there because it's the first room.
It's only the first room.
It's only the first room, because if you know that there are other rooms, you can begin ordering your Nawal to go to the other rooms.
How many other rooms are there?
Many.
Because it's interesting. I remember, I have psychological dreams, but then I dream of different people. There was a woman who I knew very well who died. She came to the dream.
That would be in the Mictlan, because in the Mictlan you can go to your past or these things, or you can go to the land of the ancestors, and people that has passed away can meet you there.
And she told me something. She was with a little child. I couldn't see yeah, it felt like a different type of dream.
So there, you're in different rooms.
So how many different rooms are there?
I don't know, but it's I haven't counted. No, but it's the Magtokuen Manachkan. That means the plant, the place where you plant dreams. There is the Cochitzinco. Cochitzinco means the Cochi is sleeping, but it's a place where there are no dreams. That you only enter like in a darkness, and there are no dreams. And it is. It's like a paradox, but becoming a master of dreams is when you are able not to have a dream.
Oh.
Then there is the Chikawa Mictlayan, where you repair your Nawal. Like I told you, there is that is the Tlatlauhquite Mictli, that is the place of the red dreams.
The red dreams.
When you enter in a place where all the dreams happen like in red, and you begin seeing red and red, that takes you, because when you are in the womb, all the light that entered through the skin of your mother was red.
Because of the blood, yeah.
Yeah, and the blood also. And you were dreaming of yourself. So if you're able to enter in a place where all the dreams are red, you're able to regenerate your body.
Wow. And then have the jaguars lick you.
That's other place. That's other place. But
so you enter into that red field and then you regenerate. Interesting.
It's amazing.
And what else? Dreaming. This is fascinating. I know I've never heard this, but somehow it makes sense to me, that what you're saying. What else?
There is other, the place where the Nawal and the Tonal separate, and that the Nawal can see the Tonal sleeping. Other things like I experience out of the body, but that's for us is other place of dreaming.
It's another house of dreaming. Is this in your new book?
All these things will come.
And this is called, the new book is called?
Will be called the Nawalism, the Power of Dreaming.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful. So to get aware, or to be, most people go to sleep, they don't remember anything, and boom, they've wasted all that information that the universe is giving them in their So how can we use this then? These different how can we practice a simple technique?
Okay, like I told you, but to try to be a dreamer, it starts not dreaming. It's like in the mirror to force your perception to see you there. That would be the only way that the tonal cannot sleep and just allow the Nawal to see, and you lose consciousness. You must force yourself to appear in the dream, so someone must be watching. So your tonal must be watching. Then we do all these practices but for example, to do the chakmol, you must be trained in the obsidian mirror before, because you must be able to change your face in the mirror.
You change your face, so you're awake, of course. And
of course, yeah.
And your nagual is pushing your tonal to shift its awareness.
Yeah, because if you begin breathing and then you are able to change your image in the mirror, you are in a half state of perception. You are like what we call ensoñación, dreaming while awake. So when you see that, and then you fall, you go out from your body to the dreaming state in that shape. You put for example, the correct language of elements in the, for example, for us, horizontal or flat waters are like emotional problems, but if you see rain in the dreams, it's good. So for example, if you want the purification of a sickness, you will put your snake with rain.
And that's a purification.
Yeah, or we have a specific language of dreaming of the 4 elements.
Oh, the 4 elements. So if you dream of earth?
Earth, for example, for us, the dream of the earth are us, because we are like
earth.
Of the spirit of Tonans in the Mother Earth. We are, the humans are her favorite children. So every time that we are dreaming about violence, that we fight and all those things, we cancel those dreams, because that's not fighting really with the person. It would be fighting with the spirit of the earth. For example, every time that we see flat waters in the dream, we cancel that. Every time that we see clouds and all those things, that would be against the spirit of the wind, because the wind, his dream is to come and to take everything clean. So it's a very specific way of speaking like that in the dreaming language.
So in the workshops you teach, the first practice is to do the mirror practice.
There are many different, because I teach a lot of things.
What else do you teach?
For example, what I taught here Sunday, it was the toli, what the Toltec means. So to adjust to the measure of the cosmos through your breathings, so that you can have a healing. So that's
Tell me about that. How do you do that?
For example, for us, the 13, like I told you, is the number of the sun. That, because the rotation of the sun is in 26 days. 8 is the number of Venus and the moon. It is based in the mathematic, because if you see in the Aztec calendar, there are like the symbol of 5 balls all over, like a 5 of the ones that you roll. And then that is the mathematic of Venus and the moon, because each cycle of Venus is 590 days. So if you add 5, that is 2,950 days. And if you split that in our year, that gives you the number 8. That's why for the tradition we are supposed to sleep 8 hours, and we have 8 dreams each night.
We have 8 dreams each night.
Yeah, so for us, how we do this technique is that you breathe in 13, your healing, your change with the sun, and you breathe out in 8, all the destructive forces of your cave. And
so
of
you
your
count to
Nahual.
13, and you breathe in, counting to 13, and you breathe out, counting to 8.
8, yeah.
Yes.
And then we do that 13 times, and you have one movement.
What kind of movement?
For us, like I told you, everything is based in 4 movement, but that would be one movement from 1 to 13. That is the measure of the sun, of change. So, and then, like I said, in the Toltec tradition, an original one, everything is mathematics. So you know that first is named Se, that comes from Centeotl. So in the first movement, you put like the intention that what needs to be healed and what needs to be transformed. Then you do other movement.
When you say movement, you actually mean physical movement?
No, movement would be the movement of the energy. But that would be, the movement are a group of 13 breathings. Then you do a next movement that would be other 13 breathings. And that would be take you to 2. 2 comes from Ome, that is 2 in Nahuatl, that is Omitl, bones. So in the second movement, we ask the energy of the universe to come down like a serpent, because the energy moves like that, cleansing from our bones, the history of our ancestors, the repetitive patterns.
Wow.
Then we do a third movement that J is 3 in Nahuatl, that comes from jestli, the blood. So in that movement, we ask the energy of the earth to come and enter through our feet, so that our blood becomes a serpent, the serpent of healing. And then you begin going with the serpent of healing to all the organs and to digest. That's reawakening the power of the blood, the healing from the inside. That would be very important in the sixth sun. And then we do a last movement that will take you to 52. 52 for us is the sacred number because of the Pleiades and Orion. The Pleiades and Orion, that's very important. They repeat the same position every 52 years. Oh. And that's when in Mexico it takes part the ceremony of the new fire. And the fire rules the dream. So when you are in 52, you plant a dream.
Ah. So after these 52 breaths, you plant a dream. So we breathe in one breath, count to 13, breathe out, count to 8.
At least to have results, you should do this 52 days in a row to adjust you to the Tolly. If you see, everything is in measures of the cosmos. So we plan our exercise in numbers.
I do this 52 days in a row, and each time at the end of the fourth, I plant a dream.
Plant a dream.
The same dream or a different dream?
If you want this to happen, the same dream.
The same
until
dream.
It happens.
Okay.
But when we know all these things, we know we have many codexes, different dreams. But for start, it's a very good one.
Thank you so much for sharing that. That's simple and powerful, and combines intention and the body and our connection to the universe.
Yeah, the Tolly, the measure.
So, what did the Toltecs, the Nahuals, feel the whole purpose of this life and this dream reality is for?
To learn to die. The dreaming practices, because dreaming is dying. So the main purpose is to learn how to die.
But why were we ever born?
Because we were experiencing. Because there are three ways how you can die. From the liver, you will be in reincarnation, and you are giving all the circle of the glyphs of the calendar. If you are born, for example, I am now a lizard, and I don't flower, like it's like enlightenment for the ancient tradition, I will be born the next life in serpent, that is the next one, and like that.
How do you know you're a lizard?
Because in the measures of the calendar. It's similar to the Mayan. So in the glyph that you are, this life, if you don't flower, you must leave the next glyph, and then the next glyph, and like that until you break the circle. You can break it exiting while dying from the chest, and you go to
heart.
The chest.
Chest.
Yeah, it could be like that.
And then you go where?
To the sun, until you can melt into the light. Or if you exit through the crown, you would you can choose to be independent for all your life. Independent, to be like an
sovereign being.
Yeah.
You know, in the Castaneda tradition, he talks about Don Juan saying he burned from a fire from within, that he didn't die, that the body became light, fire, essence.
I don't have that in the...
That's not in your tradition.
No, this is for learning how to die, because the Mictli Nahuatl is dream, and is the one that died. So for us, like, dreaming is like a death.
Dreaming. So... how did you know you were a lizard in this life? How did you know that was your sign?
Because we have the papers that compare our dates with the Aztec dates, and then you get
astrologically. You're
astrologically, like it's named Tonalamatl. That is your study of who you are awake and who you are sleeping. It's very interesting because it's like the kind of only astrology that gives you who you are in the Tonal and who you are in the Nahual.
Oh, you have two different charts.
No, it's the same one, but it gives you who you are, how your Nahual behaves, and how your Tonal behaves, your challenges and your advantages.
So most astrology just gives you how your Tonal, your daytime personality, and there's a whole other side. Oh, that's interesting. This what we just talked about today and tasted is really the science of these ancient traditions. They understood consciousness, they understood their relationship to the heaven, they understood
and the cosmos,
and how to work with their body and how to work with their mind. It's a complete system. It's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
How can people get in touch with you?
My website is sergiomagana.com, or my Facebook, Sergio Magana Ocelocoyotl. That is my Nahuatl name.
How do you spell that?
Sergio Magana.
Magana, I'll spell it out. Yeah.
And then Ocelocoyotl. That's my Facebook.
Ocelocoyotl.
Ocelocoyotl, that means coyote jaguar in Nahuatl.
Coto jaguar?
Yeah.
That's Coto a snake?
Coyote. Coyote.
Coyote.
Coyote.
Coyote jaguar.
Jaguar, yeah. That's
Coyote
my,
jaguar.
Yeah, that's my...
And someone gave you that name, right?
Yeah, you cannot name however you want. From the calendar, you get 8 influences, and then you choose 2 to get a name. And then I had my sewing of name by Xolotl, my teacher.
It's so amazing, this knowledge that you are reviving, because I think it can help people integrate in this new time of the sixth sun.
Yeah. I hope a lot of people look in the ancient wisdom, because a lot of answers are there.
Yeah, beautiful. This is really, you feel the change, don't you? When in your sleep, or your...
Yeah, in my sleep and in my awake and everywhere.
What do you notice?
Oh, you are completely different. You are less destructive. You are...
The whole planet.
Yeah. No. Now, in the whole planet, I see, if you train yourself, you will get the advantages. But now I think that everything is accelerated. Like the tradition says, in these 9 years, everyone will face or their personal cataclysms or their change. Because everything is speeding
up.
To
meet the sixth sun.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's do some more shows.
Of course.
And we'll do some radio too, and we'll... This is very interesting. I just want to know everything you know. No, I do, because it's... I don't know. I'm just drawn to it. I think it feels true.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
It's true. It's my life.
No, it works. And what you talk about, the complexity of dreams, is so important to us to understand, because we just say it's dream, but what you're saying is it's a whole cosmology of the dreaming universe.
Yeah, it's like having a map for the awake and for the sleeping.
It's a guide. It's a map, and the teachings of these great masters that came before are here to serve all humanity.
Yeah.
Not just the Toltecs.
No, Toltec.
For everybody.
Like Hugo's, my teacher says, to accept that you're a Mashika is not a part, it's not a place. It's that you accept the importance of the moon and the dreaming in your life.
Mashika means what?
The place of the navel of the moon. But he says, if you become a Mashika, it's not that you're Mexican. If that you are of an area, it has a bigger meaning. It's that you accept the effect of the moon and the effect of the dreams of your life, and that you're doing something with that. So it's not for the Mexicans, it's for the world.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you to you, Alan.
This is Alan Steinfeld for New Realities. That was a very inspiring, uplifting talk with Sergio
Maganya.
Sergio. I've just been talking to Sergio Maganya about the ancient Nahuatl Toltec knowledge, and how we're here to work with these great tradition that is a legacy for all of humanity. So if you want to have more about that, I'll let you know when Sergio comes back to New York or around the country. You can reach me at newrealities.com. You can email me at the letter A, at newrealities.com. Thanks for watching tonight.